Okay, so that's the L-shaped fire pit. Got the little recess to scrape some big coals, then put the metal grid on where I'm then going to cook the chicken and the sausages. But I don't really need a fire pit that big, but just big enough so that I can get the coals for cooking. It's now dark, it's just coming up to 10 o'clock at night, and I'm going to get the fire going now. What I've done is I've taken out from this box, I've just got a lot of these eco-friendly from the pound shop. This is about half the pack, so I've just brought a load of these with me. It's going to be simple, starting the fire, getting these going, and in my mobile fire starting kit that I always bring with me, I've just got other fancy stuff there: cigarette lighter, Vaseline, some cotton wool pads that have been soaked, well actually more dabbed in with Vaseline, so these burn for about a good 3-4 minutes. But so I've got a load of these, so I just want it easy, simple, just get the fire going without having to be any elaborate skills to try and spark it up. So I've got myself a nicely shaped pistol handgun style fire prodding stick. You see, I put one of the jacket potatoes in there in the foil. I don't like using foil normally, but I only use it cooking outdoors. I don't use it domestically because it's really convenient outdoors. So this will go. There was 2 bits of foil for 2 of the potatoes, which I put in my food box. And then the foil for the 3rd potato was actually wrapped around the sausages to keep those cool, but everything's defrosted now, so I'm going to cook it all tonight. So this is going to be my, well, nearly a midnight feast, I reckon. But I'm really looking forward to this because I haven't done it in a very, very long time, since sort of, I don't know, autumn last year. So it's just nice to get it back in the vibe. Bit of campfire cooking on a lovely summer's evening. Bit of a chill factor, but it's all good stuff. So eventually placed some even thicker pieces of wood, and when they burn down into the coals, they're going to be a good size to then go underneath that little recess where that grill is to do the chicken and sausages. When you're just getting a small little fire going for a specific use, in this case, as I explain what I'm cooking, it's just looking at some bits that are burning sort of say in the centre, but then there might be a piece of wood sort of further on the edge that you need to just move in so then it equally burns and spreads out. And then you've got an equal amount of coals rather than some bits that you can use sort of to go underneath the grill there, but then they might have a little bit of unburnt wood connected to it, so it's just sort of breaking off some of the charcoal burnt bits which then can become coals, and the bits that are still yet to be burnt, it's just trying to do it so that it all sort of burns equally. So you're just moving bits and pieces around, just reading it, looking at it. But yeah, it's just reading the fire, knowing what you're actually using it for, and then sort of logically approaching it to think, well, if I need an equal amount of coals at the same, sort of run about the same time, I don't want all of a sudden just a few and then half the wood's not been burnt through. So it's just moving it around, shuffling it about a bit, which I'm just about to do again in a moment. But I reckon those potatoes, they'll take, the size of them are not too big, and the sort of heat that's coming from the fire. And again, it's, you know, from experience, looking at the fire, looking at the flames, how it's burning, how long it's been burning for, where it's burning, where you put the potatoes. It's all of that. I've had questions in the past about, well, how long does it take to do a jacket potato on a campfire? You know, how long's a bit of string? It all depends really on the size of the potatoes, the heat that you know that's generating, and once you've done it a few times, no different from cooking with an oven at home. You know, you get used to it. One oven that's cooking at 180 degrees and another oven that's supposed to be the same heat might be slightly different. So you just get used to the things that you're using, and in this case just getting used to how fires burn and how you're going to use them and what you're using them for. Just a bit of reflective fire craft philosophy. Three jacket potatoes, just slightly, well actually very crispy on the outside, a little bit charcoaled, very very slightly. Normally happens when you do them in the foil, but it's just nicely cooked through. Melted butter, so I'm going to scoop out the centres and have a few mouthfuls of the crunchy skins as well, and then get on to the piece de la resistance, chicken thighs, just cooked just right.